I e uh, uh, okay. I know English is difficult, and I know the English-speaking part of the world has no idea if it is potato or potato, but I'm pretty sure it's not Islanders. Grandpa Google, please help me out here.
Islanders.
Islander. So that's so stupid. Why Islander? Whatever. Islander. What is it? Islander is a minimalistic puzzle game in which you try to build up an island by setting up industry, housing, and entertainment. Before I explain to you how the game is actually played, I'm going to praise this game for a little bit. Menus. My personal pet peeve. This game, it does everything correctly, almost. You see on the starting menu, there's a cog. Click on it and you get the menu. You have everything you need here, including language and various game-specific tools. Resolution, full screen mode, VSync, and more. Audio has a master volume and specific volume sliders. And also, there's key binding. When I talk about menus, that's what I want. Is that too much to ask for? Okay, I have to nitpick a little bit because the menu is not perfect. You can't press the escape button to get out of the menu. Instead, you press like a tick. So, yeah, it's not perfect, but it's very, very good. The main menu is great as well. You have your typical play button, continue button, your quit button, as well as the high score and online rank, because this game has a high score list and is online sometimes. This is actually a good thing, and I'll explain later. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's everything you need to know. Anyways, if someone wants to make a game, this is how your menu should look like. It doesn't need to look exactly like it, but these individual parts have to be there. Islander, you get a star for good behavior and good menu, pretty much like Akane. Let's move on to the game. As soon as you start the game, you have nothing more than an island. You score on the left bottom and a weird plus sign in the middle of the screen, and a representation of the island on the right bottom side of the screen. For now, let's concentrate on the plus sign. Pressing this will bring up card packs. The first pack is almost always between the lumberjack and the farming pack. Which one you should take depends on the island. If the island has a lot of threes, then take the lumberjack. If the island doesn't have a lot of threes, then take the farming pack. Should be pretty obvious. Hovering over the items, you will get the information about them. Here we have lumberjack, for example, and that gives you 5 points if placed near a sawmill, 4 points if placed near statues, and 1 point near trees. If you play your cards right, you will be able to score enough points so that the circle on the left bottom side will be filled up and reward you with another pack. Depending on how you want to play, you can always open the new pack as soon as you get one, or place your available items until there is nothing left. Opening the new pack, of course, will give you a choice between another 2 packs. As far as I know, they are random, but only to a certain extent. The more packs you get per island, the better cards you get, and the more points you can get. At some point, you will have scored so many points that the island icon on the right bottom of the screen will be fully colored. Click on it and you will leave the last island and immigrate to another island. Now do the same thing for this island until you get enough points, move on to the next island, which will probably be bigger, and then repeat the whole process again and again and again and again and again and again until you can get enough points to fill up the icon in the right bottom and you placed your last building. Yeah, maybe I don't sound as enthusiastic as I should, but the more I think about this game from a gameplay perspective, it gets worse. Sure, playing the game for the first time is exciting. You're trying to figure out how to play it and what the specific buildings do. It is as if you were on an adventure, but the more you play, the more it becomes a strategy game with no storyline or anything of that sort. You start with holding cards so that you can build up certain areas with certain buildings to get the maximum of points. out of your placement, but that's how deep the game goes. There are a few achievements that are pretty fun, like the sprinter or athlete achievement. Both achievements circle around speed. For the sprinter achievement, you need to reach island number 2 in 90 seconds, and for the athlete achievement, you need to reach the third island in 4 minutes. Those of the achievements were pretty fun, and you had to actually employ some sort of strategy that you can get some points quickly and then move on to the next island. The end goal is still to get the highest score possible, and that's pretty much it. There's no deeper connection there. It's a high score attack game basically at the end of the day. Sure, everything looks great, and the music is very soothing and calm. The sound effects are very cartoony, but they pretty much fit the visuals. The placement of the buildings were pretty well, but I wish there was a grid in which you could see where I actually placing the building, because everything can get pretty cramped, and a misplacement can cost you the game or many points. And that's pretty much it. I think what kept me playing were the achievements. It is a solid game, and I can imagine that you could expand the idea, but as it is right now, it is more of a sit down and chill game, and it's probably fun for a few rounds, and after that, it's more like if you're very competitive or if you just like to build stuff that looks good. Probably for those people. I am not really sure if I would recommend this to anyone I know. It has certainly an interesting art style, but the most important part of the game, which is the gameplay, is lackluster. I would compare this to Revelry, a very art-driven game in which your gameplay is more background noise. So for the people that like the game, I would recommend this one as well. And at the end, a little update. The game has a sandbox mode now, where you can build a cool city. I think it's a good addition, but doesn't really add anything to the gameplay. It's still very much lackluster. I just think the sandbox mode looks cool. You can make beautiful looking cities and, make photos out of it. Maybe even do an album. I think that's a good idea in general, but the game doesn't enhance because of the sandbox mode. But it's still a good thing. Devs working on the game is always a good thing. I did actually ask for an interview. Unfortunately, the devs are very busy right now, so they don't have time. I do understand. I think I already explained it once that I can't get devs to in an interview every time. And if anyone wants to know something about the devs, I linked an interview that I did a while ago in the description. You want to read that? It's very interesting. It's also about the whole Grizzly company and how they work together. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I think we're done here. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you stay, typical stuff. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, notification settings, blah blah. I hope you take care of yourselves and you have a nice and wonderful day.